neighbours, for Christ's sake.
I'd prefer not to give you another beating, Barrett.
Welcome, sir. Please, take a browse of my wares.
I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions, if you don't mind.
Doctor? Interesting. I'm Barrett Lewis. Usually I don't have time to waste with talk, but at this hour of the night I can hardly refuse.
How is business around here?
Between this racket, theft, and customers getting scared, I'm losing money every day.
I see. Sounds like you blame someone in particular for your situation.
It's no secret Joe Peterson spends his time harassing merchants. But with me, he's trying to put me out of business once and for all.
As a merchant, you see Whitechapel every day. Have you noticed anything out of the ordinary recently?
Well, you mean besides the epidemic, the war, and all the usual crap? As long as I can... bottomless pit, and no sign of the bottom yet.
Violence is increasing in the borough.
Yeah. A few nights ago, some blokes jumped me. Came out of one of the condemned workshops. Fever, madness, something like that.
Where did this happen? Why did you go there?
In the closed workshops nearby. I worked there as an apprentice in better days. Now I only go to find trinkets or tools. Too bad I was mugged, though. There was good money in that little box of loot I lost.
Do you need help, sir?
I only need you to purchase something from my shop, sir.
Right then. Show me what you have. Excuse me, sir. I have a few questions for you.
Another journalist? I didn't answer the first one, so piss off!
I'm not a journalist, I'm a doctor.
A doctor, you say? It's quite a rare breed in this part of town.
Really? But still, here I am. Dr. Jonathan Reed, at your service.
I'm Joe Peterson to some, but Colossus Joe to most. And I don't remember asking for your service, sir.
How did you become the local bully everyone is afraid of, Joe?
There's no pride in roughing up poor bastards. But this is the only job I've found. And it pays well, too.
A job? So you're racketeering for someone else?
I got enlisted by the Wet Boot Boys, a gang from the docks. I'm their muscle for their dirty work.
You survive at any cost, even at the expense of others. Perhaps that's just the law of nature.
I don't care what you think, sir. I do what I have to do for my own reasons, and that's that.
I'm not sure Mr. Lewis would agree with your by all means necessary philosophy, sir.
Oh, do you really think he's the poor victim here? Barrett can be as sneaky as anyone. Long ago, I even called the bastard my best friend.
Goodbye, Mr. Peterson.
Even my dreams are soaked with gloom.
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
What can you tell me about Mr. Peterson? Besides his behavior toward you, obviously.
Colossus Joe was a decent boxer, good one even. But after his wife passed away, he found every excuse to stop training. Just wanted to pick fights with everyone.
It's never easy to find a new path in life, especially after the loss of a loved one. But crime is certainly not the best option.
We've all had some rough times, ain't we? But most of us don't use our fists to see us through.
Joe Peterson. He's the villain here, isn't he? But you seem to know each other.
I'd known Joe for years. I saw him box once or twice. He was a friend then. But these days, he's just another thug.
And no one has ever stood up to this thug?
Nobody would be fool enough to stand against the wet boot boy.
Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis.
Don't be shy, handsome. What can Christina do for you?
I'm not looking for what you're selling. But I'd like to ask you a few questions, if I may. I'm a doctor. Dr. Reed.
All right then, but be quick. Though I usually get paid when I open my mouth.
Christina, have you been examined? The epidemic is spreading fast in London, and you could be exposed. Or expose others.
I don't like doctors or hospitals, but I don't like you asking questions.
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I will see you later. Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Excuse me, sir. Are you familiar with this part of town? Name's Clayton Darby, reporter.
Sorry, I'm new to Whitechapel. But perhaps you could help me since you're a journalist. My name is Jonathan Reed.
Dr. Reed, the famous surgeon. I'll gladly help if I'm able, sir.
I heard you're investigating an underground medical dispensary in Whitechapel. What do you know about it?
Not much, I'm afraid. They are wary of strangers, and I'm not really an acquaintance of theirs. Why do you care?
I'm a doctor, Mr. Darby. I care about everything involving public health and this epidemic.
Are you sure you're not just concerned about the repercussions that a scandal involving a certain Nurse Crane from the Pembroke Hospital would bring?
Without a doubt, you are a damn fine journalist, Mr. Darby. What do you know of her accomplice, a man named Darius?
I don't know much about the man. He's very cautious. Never goes out. Doesn't seem to have any friends or family.
He never goes out?
No. A few days ago, he unexpectedly did. I followed him, but it was just a ruse to keep me away from his house.
Really? How do you know?
He went to the nearest mailbox, but just before posting his letter, he ripped it up and threw it away.
He has no relatives at all?
No. Except for that strange man, a poet named Richard Nethercott, who sometimes comes by. Darius would never let him in.
Where can I find this Mr. Nethercott?
He spends most of his time lurking around Whitechapel, talking to himself or declaring verses. These days, you can usually find him behind the church.
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
I will see you later. Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell. Forgive my interruption.
Do not apologize, my son. Father Tobias Whitaker is always happy to teach mortals about the incoming Armageddon.
I am Dr. Jonathan Reed, and I just have a few questions.
A scientist? You are much more lost than I thought, my son.
What do you mean when you say that I am more lost than you thought?
All scientists are entangled in a world of causes and consequences. And most of them can't see the plain truth.
Quite a judgmental opinion, if you ask me. But what do I know? Blinded by science as I am.
But you are seeking answers, aren't you? Answers about the Armageddon about to strike the city. Answers about the hidden truth.
Well, I suppose I can spare a few minutes listening to your so-called truth.
As a doctor, you must be aware of the decimating epidemic. But let me tell you that this so-called Spanish...
What do you mean?
The beast.
Really? And
We must fight the disease.
what is left then? Tell me, Tobias, what exactly is your plan concerning the cleansing of this city?
God will recognize his own. More than once this city has risen from the ashes. Hard.
Purification by fire has proved useful.
Your lack of faith is predictable.
You're mad and dangerous. You're nothing but a soulless butcher. A small-time Torquemada. The Savonarola of Whitechapel.
My son, if you think salvation is a free...
Joseph, a fool.
Vicar Larrabee of St. Mary's Church. While he continues preaching his fraudulent redemption, more and more people...
Have you any friends?
No.
Where did you send?
I sent Samuel to the Stone...
You...
As a true believer.
I have heard enough for tonight. Good evening, sir. I'm Dr. Reed. I would like to ask you a few questions.
Please be my guest. Although I may not be the best informant regarding this part of town, my words speak about that which the eyes cannot see.
Really? Are you an artist of some kind?
I'm a poet, sir. Richard Nethercott, at your service.
May I ask you a few questions about the district?
Extraordinary part of town, is it not? I'll be glad to help you, if I can.
What can you tell me about an old man called Darius?
Darius Petrescu? Yes, I know him. At first, I thought he was only a small publisher. I invited him to publish my work, but his reaction was pretty clear.
Not interested in your talent?
Darius is an old political activist who takes delight in printing tracts and lampoons. Those communist activities only require mediocre writing skills.
Are you aware that your life could be in danger in this part of town?
But this is where I must be to feel the real beat of the city. I had to come, see it for myself, alone.
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I will see you later. I'll leave you alone, sir. Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Reed. I'd like to ask you a few questions. I know what you're thinking. A tall stranger who meets a girl in the street at night. It reeks of the penny dreadfuls. But I mean you no harm, truly. You don't seem to need my medical attention for now. Camellia, I know you work for Dorothy Crane. Please tell me about her secret dispensary. A stubborn and mute comrade. Nurse Crane and Darius Petrescu have been clever. Very well. Goodbye then. The content of Darius' letter to his children could give me more leverage to enter. Darius is a bit less of a mystery now. It should not be that difficult to incite him to let me in.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for peace of mind.
Can't you just look the other way this week, Joe? Come on, we can sort it out, right?
It's not my call, Barrett.
Mr. Petrescu, just 1 minute, please.
You again? Go away.
Sir, wait. Stop this nonsense. I know Nurse Crane is here. Shall we speak man to man, you and I?
All right. Speak up.
Don't you see we're on the same side? We fight to help the poor, sick, and abandoned.
I'm nothing like you, Mr. Doctor.
Yes, you are. You too believe in providing medical care without charge. You know what we have to sacrifice to make the world a better place.
I have to admit your words have conviction. All right, I'll let you see Dorothea. Don't make me regret this, though. you want to talk to Dorothea, you must go across the courtyard and take the stairs.
We've not been formally introduced. May I ask your name and occupation, sir?
I am Darius Petrescu. I'm here to keep snitches and spies away from Dorothea. And I also run this little print shop.
Do you need some help, Mr. Petrescu?
I am very tired, but that is all. I don't need you, Doctor.
Well, if you feel all right, that's fine. Goodbye, Mr. Petrescu.
What do we have here, nurse?
Patient Razvan Vasily. High fever running on 3 days. Complaints of dizziness, muscle aches, and head pain. Diagnosed with influenza.
Treatment?
Aspirin and salicin for the fever and discomfort. Liquids for dehydration, but he's having trouble keeping even water down.
Aspirin and salicin, you say? Why not some warm milk and a kiss on the cheek? Where are the quinine salts?
Tried buying, borrowing, even stealing. There's none to be found, Doctor.
He's not convulsing, he's choking. He's not getting any air. Scalpel! Hand me that scalpel!
What can I do, Doctor?
I need to perform a tracheostomy. Short pipe. That rubber tube will do. We're going to cut a passage for air through the neck.
Yes, Doctor. He's breathing again, but he's coughing up blood.
Internal hemorrhaging. I need to make another incision into the chest cavity to drain the fluids from the lung. Prepare another tube.
A thoracostomy? Doctor, we've nothing to fight the infection. We need an aseptic environment.
Don't question me, nurse. I need a drain. Now.
Yes, Doctor. He's still bleeding, Doctor. I'm losing his pulse.
The drain must have punctured the intercostal artery. There's too much blood.
Are you all right, Doctor?
I can't see. I must first suture the artery. Find the wound. The source of the blood.
Needle and thread, Doctor.
Good. The stitches are holding. How's he doing?
We're losing him. We've lost his pulse. He's dying, Doctor!
Cardiac massage, now.
Cardiac... What? Are you making this up as you go along? We've lost the pulse. He's gone, Doctor.
Yes. We did everything we could.
Truly? Everything you could? Is that how you'll report this in your log? Is this how the war went? Piling up one poor corpse beside the next?
This was not an influenza-induced seizure. I've never seen symptoms like these on the continent.
Neither have I. But the previous symptoms leading up to this attack were the same, indistinguishable from the epidemic.
No. There was something more vile in these reactions. Something primitive.
There have been numerous reports of mental breakdowns caused by the fever that accompanies the flu itself, Doctor.
Yes, but... I'd best take some samples of the blood for analysis.
I doubt you're here to test my bedside manners. I suspect it was more than intuition alone that led you to us. So, how might I be of service, Dr. Reed?
I've come to put an end to this insufferable blackmailing, Dorothy.
Doctor, you think your warnings scare me? I've stolen and plied, blackmailed and lied, but what else am I to do? I'm all these people have.
Dr. Swansea is a sensible and honest man. He wouldn't have refused your friend's care at Pembroke.
It's easy for you to say, Doctor. These people cannot go to the police, nor to the hospital. They don't even speak English. They depend on me for everything.
You've convinced me of the sincerity of your actions and their noble justifications. But all the same, blackmail is a crime, and it will stop, Nurse Crane.
So, are you going to turn me over to the authorities?
No. Your place is here. Jailing you would be an even greater crime. So, here is my proposition. I'll look the other way on your little enterprise. In exchange, you will resign from the Pembroke Hospital and provide me with medical supplies when the need arises.
Dr. Reed! That sounds like a business proposition. My accomplice, then.
No, just a privileged client. My research may require the occasional rare piece of equipment or ingredient. I'll pay good coin in exchange, fair and honest, to help finance your noble endeavors.
We have ourselves a deal, Doctor. Good customers are always welcome.
Yes, Nurse Crane. We have a deal. It's locked. It's locked. It's locked.
Oh, this one stinks already.
Fuck, it's fast! Its effectiveness has been proven by many. Even the flu is no match for the Swanborough cordial. When science fails you, this elixir will give you faith
joke
again.
to you, innit? Stupid drugs for the sick and suffering.
Human blood. Whoever left these marks did so deliberately.
Boy! To you!
I cannot enter. It's locked. How are you, boy?
I'm not your boy, all right? Now piss off.
Do you need assistance?
I'm all right, but if you fancy giving me the medication, I can put it to good use.
Goodbye, young man.
Your wet boots will be proud of me.
Good evening, Benjamin. Can I help you?
I'm afraid not, Mr. Reed.
You don't seem well, Benjamin. Do you need any help?
I always feel ill, sir. It's like I'm never right.
I will see you later. A gun, alcohol, and a bad temper make a terrible cocktail, sir. Goodbye for now.
I'm not dying in some piss-stinking alley reeking worse than a week-old lappy.
I don't have your money.
Come on, Barrett, you know the game. You pay for piece of...
Fancy buying something, sir?
You never lose your focus, do you? Goodbye for now, Mr. Lewis. Good evening, Christina.
Change your mind, Mr. Reed?
Do you need any assistance, Miss Popper?
It depends on the price of your medicine.
I am shocked that you would think I am that sort of man.
Forgive my suspicion. I'm so used to liars with good manners. Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, miss. Take care of yourself as best you can.
Good evening, Doctor. Can I help you?
Do you need assistance?
That would be nice of you, Doctor. Who knows what I may have caught during my investigation.
If you persist in investigating the most pox-ridden boroughs of London, you must accept the risks.
Thank you, sir.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby. Farewell.
Imprisoned by your daily routine.
Good evening, Mr. Nithercott.
And good evening to you too, my good sir. Can I be of any help?
Do you need medical attention, sir?
It may be wise to let you prescribe me something. I don't feel like I should.
I understand your appetite for words and macabre beauty, sir. But you should be more careful.
The nutrition of my mind is more important than my physical health. But I appreciate your concern, sir.
I'll leave you alone, sir.
I would ask you to avert your eyes, sir. Or did you not know it was rude to stare?
I knew it.
Speak up, Dr. Reed. I like a man who speaks his mind.
What prevails in the end, I wonder? The desire for blood, or to be of service to man?
Spare me your sarcasm, Jonathan. You are but newly born in this world.
So in the end, the accusation was true, wasn't it?
The situation is somewhat awkward nonetheless. I have not been observed sustaining myself for many decades. I have to say I'm a trifle embarrassed.
Anyway, I have concluded my inquiries concerning your blackmailer.
I see. Please excuse my agitated state. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't let anyone see me in this condition.
I must confess I have not put an end to the blackmail, my lady. Unfortunately, I could not bring myself to do it.
I'm so disappointed in you, Jonathan. I didn't expect this from you.
Lady Ashbury, you yourself admitted how ridiculous the sum of money was. I can assure you, it was all used for charitable ends.
Well, you are full of surprises, aren't you, Jonathan? All right, say I trust you, but you will still pay the ransom. That is only fair. After all, it was you who failed to bring this problem to a satisfactory conclusion.
I believe I could agree to that.
And since a lady always keeps her promises, I will now answer any questions you may have.
I've been hearing a voice talking in my head. Is this some kind of insanity? It feels like the voice of the vampire that created me.
Hush. Tell no one this. It would be unwise to talk of such things amongst British immortals. Speak no more of your maker.
How could this cause offense?
Only the powerful immortals can mentally call to their progeny. No vampire or hunter will sleep easy, knowing that an unidentified elder is stalking the streets of London.
I don't understand. Why was I created and then left for dead?
That is a question only the one who made you can answer. It's not normal practice. I doubt even if you find him, he will answer you, considering how cruelly he treated you.
So me being a vampire could have been a mistake.
I very much doubt it, Jonathan. Contrary to the legends, it is not as simple to make another vampire by just biting someone.
I'd like to avoid creating another vampire by mistake anyway. Tell me, how is it done?
Dangerous. It could even kill your potential progeny. If you did decide to sire an offspring, they must drink of your blood, Jonathan.
I know this is beyond the pale, but may I inquire your age?
Really? And I thought you were gentlemen. If you must know, I'm 27. I've been 27 for a long time now, and 27 I shall remain.
Very well, but I believe there is more to this than you are saying.
A lady has to have some secrets.
Why does Dr. Swansea allow you to feed?
Dr. Swansea is a good and compassionate man.
What do you know about this?
The Brotherhood is well known amongst London vampire society.
I bid you farewell. For now. I must quickly analyze the blood I took from Nurse Crane's patient.
I have Dr. Reed, you know. I met him in New York.
If only there were more.
Thelma Howcroft said she was being watched by vampire hunters. Where are they hiding? I should investigate.
Good evening. I'm Dr. Reed.
Always a pleasure to meet a colleague, sir. Especially when he was supposedly dead.
A colleague? Are you a doctor too?
Not anymore, sir. I used to be Dr. Rakesh Chadana. Now, I'm just Mr. Chadana, pawnbroker and humble guardian of this morgue.
What do you mean?
You know, sir. It is just that
Please show me.
Of course. It's just trinkets and...
It's locked, all right.
Unfair situation. I managed to arrange to have you buried in the same mass grave as your wife. You don't mind if I search your pockets, do you, sir? You won't need any of these anyway. I'm not stealing from you, mister. I'm only redistributing your belongings to people who need them more than you. You see, no one has claimed your body, sir, so it would be such a shame to bury you with your valuables. I will not forget you, sir. And I thank you for your generous donation.
It's locked, all right.
Good evening, Dr. Reed.
How dare you steal from the dead, Rakesh? Is that what your pawnbrokers is really about?
These people are dead, sir. What they possessed could be useful for the living. And I'm sure they would agree if they could speak.
You may be right, but you'll go to jail if you're caught.
If ever I have to go to jail, I'm sure I'll find a way to help people there, too.
Goodbye, Mr. Chidana. I cannot enter.
Razvan Vasily was infected by Spanish flu, but also has the highly unstable blood of the Scowls. Is the London vampire epidemic transmitted through the flu? I should talk to Dr. Swansea about it. Evening, Edgar. Could I get your professional opinion?
Please speak, but I have something important to tell you.
This strain of flu, it's very different from the one I saw in Europe. It's downright peculiar.
Really? What makes you say that?
I've just looked at the blood of one of our recently deceased.
I see. Do you have anything more to go on?
This disease spreads and looks like the Spanish flu, but its effects differ greatly. The London strain is different from the continental one.
This is very interesting. Did you find something else?
Yes. Unlike the flu, the infected begin to show an increase in outwardly aggressive behavior. More than simple agitation. Once docile people become violent.
You mean like rabies? Is there a chance we could create a vaccine, Jonathan, like Pasteur? By the stove, that would be smashing.
There's a lot we're not seeing here. But it is spreading, and quickly. If we don't act, the whole city could be lost.
But Jonathan, we've a fantastic opportunity sitting right here in front of us. A weapon of choice.
What on earth do you mean?
Why, you, my dear boy. With your expertise and your blood, we could isolate the properties that course through your veins. Think about the possibilities.
I admit it did occur to me. Blood seems to be the common factor in all of this.
I totally agree. We're in uncharted territory here. Maybe it's just wishful thinking, but imagine the possibilities.
We'll discuss this more later. Thank you for your time.
No, thank you, Jonathan. But as I said, I needed to talk to you. I have some rather bad news.
Yes?
I'm afraid it's your sister.
My sister?
She's to be buried this evening at Whitechapel Cemetery. Your mother published the obituary this morning.
I see.
I'm sorry, Jonathan. Please accept my condolences.
Fear and disgust on every street corner.
I never thought I would have to attend my murdered sister's funeral. Mary, I can't forgive myself. I'll find the truth about what happened to us. I swear.
Did you hear me? Open up!
It's locked, all right.
No place for you, sir.
My dear sister, I don't know if I have the strength. Are you all right, miss?
I don't know. Who were those people? They wanted to kill me. Why?
They've lost their minds in the epidemic. They won't come back for now.
You seem to know a lot about them.
I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed.
I am Xiaoxun.
Carnage. Is Father Whitaker's disciple among the body? This man's far too old to be Samuel. No. By the look of his clothes, this man's a docker. Samuel isn't here. I had better follow the blood trail. Shouldn't you go back home?
Maybe later.
As I feared, Samuel no longer preaches the good word. can't believe I'm doing this. This
can't believe I'm doing this. Since I can't reveal myself to my mother now, I must find a discreet spot to attend the ceremony.
I am the resurrection and the life. He that believeth in me, though he were dead, yet shall he live. And whosoever liveth and believeth in me shall never die. We commend unto thy hands of mercy, most merciful Father, the soul of our sister departed, and we commit her body to the ground. Earth to earth, ashes to ashes, dust to dust.
Why kill my Mary and stick her here in this cold, god-awful place?
These are the legal requirements for the epidemic, madam.
Oh, Avery, I feel so tired. Please take me home.
Yes, madam.
could only change one thing. One thing. This is a nightmare.
Jonathan, there is nothing you can do but accept it.
What brings you here?
I thought you could use the company. I am so sorry for your loss, John.
A vampire, crying over the death of a loved one. It sounds like a bad joke.
No, Jonathan. She was your sister. And the pain of her death, the hunger that killed her, will stab at you for years. It's important to cry for those you love.
She had been scouring the most dangerous parts of London in search of me. And it led to her death.
Jonathan, don't.
I still hear her last thoughts. They echo in my head. Her mind shattered, and it haunts me.
Jonathan, stop. Listen carefully. You must come to terms with this. You must learn to live with what happened.
I'm learning. Every night is a new lesson. What I am, what I must do to survive. But my sister, she shouldn't have suffered because of my weakness.
Don't you see? You're doing the work of our enemies, feeding your remorse. We are weakest when we grieve, and the guilt blurs our senses.
And so this is why you're here.
I don't want to lose you, Jonathan.
I'm not a religious man.
This is not about you forgiving your...
What should I do then?
St. Mary's Church is not far from here. Go there and make your peace. Find the solace you need.
My lady wants me to confess.
No, Jonathan. It's you who wants to confess, I think.
And off to church he goes, a newborn seeking divine consent to lick the blood from the soft and pointy crown.
Who are you? Make yourself known.
Newborn, you reek of guilt and pointless compassion. Shed your skin, forget your old weaker self.
What do you want from me?
Ascalon does not approve of lone wolves who bring unwanted eyes to our pastures.
So your name is Ascalon?
Ascalon's will is vampire law. Learn them, abide by them, or I shall return as your judge and jury.
These immortals try my patience with their plans and unsolicited counsel. I have this thirst for blood.
Sorry, sir. Over there! There's one of them.
This is no place for a gentleman. Are you deaf?
Yes? What is it that you want?
I'm sorry to disturb you at such a late hour.
No worries, my son. I'm still quite awake, having just returned from a funeral.
Yes, I know. I've forgotten what I wanted. I don't know.
May I help you, child? You seem somewhat perturbed.
I haven't the strength to cross the threshold. I wish to pray, to cleanse my soul.
The church is shut by order of the bishop. But I'm still the vicar of St. Mary's, if that is any use to you, my son.
I've no need for a kind ear, only a moment of peace in God's house.
There are no secrets from God, my son. If your heart needs comfort...
I've words for one departed. They're not for living.
Your eyes burn with rage. Yet I see...
Very well, priest. As you seem quite adamant.
Open your heart, my son. Tell me what burdens you. With whom do you wish to speak?
She was my sister.
You seem so troubled, but...
She was murdered.
I see.
She died because of me. How do you think I feel?
I have a final question for you, my son.
Ask your question, Vicar.
What words would you like to say to your...
I killed you. There's no excuse. My dear Mary, forgive me.
You have been hurt, my son.
There. I confessed to that vicar. Do I feel better? Only time will tell.
Good evening, Doctor.
Why are there...
There's a war going on.
If no one stops it, this epidemic...
Yes.
What is a journalist?
He goes where none of his colleagues...
That's quite honorable.
Not at all, sir. And that...
Have you...
I've had to run and...
That science, it...
I confess.
Have you any...
I'll never know what goes on in that place.
Goodbye, Mr. Darby.
Some trickery.
Good evening.
It's far.
I have found Samuel, your...
I already expected the worst.
Yes.
Samuel steadily made donations to our cause.
Don't you...
I've been touched by God's grace.
Tobias Whitaker.
I have done what no one was ready.
You are...
No!
Why did you...
I sent him on a vision.
A laughing...
This epidemic is...
But who is...
She is the mother...
Your disciple...
No!
He
Think what you will.
Have you reached...
That woman is as...
Really?
This woman runs no medical facility.
I have heard enough for tonight.
Soon the time will come when you will all be judged for your sins. Even now, he judges your words and actions. The wars of men should not be
Weapons ready! We found one! Have faith, brothers!
Remorse and pain are precious when binding you to the earth.
I remember you.
Fear be gone. I would harm no child of my making.
This is your
I am the land.
riddles and rhymes.
Be stilled by...
What is it you...
This age is sickly.
This has something...
Seek truth, my champion.
I've had enough of others making decisions for me, pretending to know how I should feel or behave. So the vampire who made me is some sort of disembodied entity? Or was he just projecting this vision in my mind? Maybe Edgar can help me with this one.
God protect us. You've got a leech in the hospital.
Yes, my hospital. My mission is to heal while you go about warring.
You've set the table for a snake. I wonder why there's venom in your food.
I'm growing tired of your song. You're a woodsman, McCullum, not a doctor. Return to your hunt.
Remember, I've a good nose for machinations. I can flare the scent at a mile. You can't hide from the god.
Leave him, Jonathan. This is sacred ground. Neutral territory. And I just had the carpet cleaned. By the sacred stole, this is very bad news. Bad news indeed.
What happened?
The hospital has been attacked. We have injured...
We cannot have the people lose.
Of course, you're right. But we cannot have...
You mentioned a dead patient.
She, Jonathan. She was Miss Harriet Jones.
You want to restore peace.
I know this place means something to you.
You need to know you can trust me, Edgar.
I do, dear fellow, I do.
Please then, tell me.
Sean Hampton, the man we thought we'd saved at the docks. It seems he was infected after all.
So Hampton became more beast than man.
Exactly. And now Guard of Prewen suspects the hospital of vampire activity. Do you...
Do you really believe they would come for us here?
McCullum is a fanatic. The guard...
Very well, since I brought Mr. Hampton here. Sean Hampton lives and breathes for the well-being of his flock. There's no other place he would go but the docks.
The life running in your veins. This dead
Oh, Jonathan. I cannot believe my eyes.
Yes.
Jonathan!
Forgive me.
I'm always...
What do you...
What more can you...
He was bigger than a man. Huge, in fact.
Fergal, the executioner of Ascalon. You were for...
What is...
The Ascalon Club are the most powerful vampires in Britain and exert tremendous influence. Take...
I have experienced a certain difficulty when...
Now that's quite a question.
Is this a...
I don't have the answer.
Aren't you?
Very little scares me, my dear.
Have you embraced this...
Her name was Amelia. And...
Is there sufficient...
Yes, Jonathan.
Thank you, my lady.
I've never seen so many people dying at the same time.
Leech spotted! Watch out! Fear no evil. Read to the Lord. It's a leech! Kill it! Get their weapons ready! Find one! Get their weapons ready! We found one!
Braille. I need someone who can read this.
What are you people, huh?
Are you all right, sir? What are you doing in a place like this?
I'm not sure that's any of your business.
I hope you realize that staying here will put your life at great risk.
Pah! I'm not afraid of these guards of Priwen, or whatever these thugs call themselves. I can still kick some respect into those youngsters.
I wasn't specifically referring to them, but are you really after these men? Why?
They took my boy! I've had no news since he joined that crazy gang. So I decided to come and find him myself, to get some answers.
I see. But as I said, your life is...
Well, this part of town used...
In the meantime, the boys are waiting for our...
Good evening, sir.
Who the fuck are you? Don't you see I'm busy?
Dr. Jonathan Reed.
Ah, some fancy gentleman we've got here. Clear off.
So you won't?
The name is Booth Digby. Mate?
Do you know where I...
The sad saint. What?
He was one of my patients.
Oh, yeah. I heard the poor bastard had been abducted by...
Do you need
I feel fine.
Goodbye, Mr. Digby.
The epidemics,
Good evening.
Who are you?
As I just told
The Pembroke Hospital, you say?
I'm not here to...
Miss Edwina Cox.
I'm looking for Mr. Shaw.
The sad saint?
Yes, he was.
You don't say. What?
What can you...
I'm a businesswoman.
Gang member Anne.
If you're interested, I may find...
Can I offer you...
I'm fine, thank you.
Can I...
As long as you have money.
Mark my words. These murders are the work of...
Good evening, sir.
Whatever.
Don't you recognize...
Don't take it personally. I spent a lot of energy.
Yes.
I'm Dyson Delaney.
Inebriationist.
Yes.
Take this, then. And perhaps you could try to slow down...
Hey, Doc, you don't really want me to stop the only rep...
I'm looking for...
I really don't know.
Who could tell...
About the sad saint.
Goodbye.
Monster with daggers for teeth and icy claws. He comes of a
Not a
sudden
drop of
night
blood left in his body.
then vanishes.
This is the work of a vampire.
Murders by night? Your sewer dog is my business. He's the kind of prey I hunt, milady.
Evening, miss.
Well,
I'm much more...
welcome back to...
Miss Cav...
You better ask.
Why not answer...
We respect the privacy of our customers.
Goodbye, Miss Cavendish.
Good evening.
And what do you do...
My name is Ichabod.
A vampire hunt?
I know what you're thinking.
Mr. Throgmorton, I'm Dr. John...
A man of science.
So...
I patrol late at night.
Can I help?
Actually, yes. I plan to put up...
Are you asking me to pay...
If you wouldn't mind.
How do you identify a vampire?
It's simple, really. They can't stand daylight. They're afraid of garlic and holy symbols. They also cannot enter...
Have you ever killed one of them?
Of course I have. What kind of...
What can you...
Did you hear...
It's
But it's my duty.
Goodbye. Good evening, Tom.
Good evening.
You remember me?
Of course I do. You're that man.
Thank you for your hospital.
I'm still Tom.
Tom?
I heard the sad saint was...
The important...
Why not try his night asylum?
Where is it?
It's in an old warehouse.
Goodbye, Miss...
I hope I live long enough to see them wet.
Hello, boy. Did I scare you?
No, it's just...
Well, I won't.
My name is Rufus.
Do you need help?
A real doctor caring about me.
A real doctor...
I don't know what to say. Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Do you know a man...
Sorry, sir.
Well, I don't...
Thanks for the tip.
So long.
Some call this the bad part of town. I've lived in worse.
Good evening, madam. I'm Dr. Reed. Could I come in?
Why?
I work at the Pembroke Hospital.
Oh, the Spanish...
The disease takes away the good...
It's Mrs. Fishburne. Stella. Does grow eyes in the back of that head, sir. Gentlemen are easy targets in these parts.
It's locked.
So you have questioned...
Yes.
Forgive my rudeness at the door.
How is...
Life was always...
violence?
And selfish.
May I ask...
Since my husband died, I work...
Did your husband...
Oh no.
How do you pay...
My Seymour works at the docks, just like his dad.
Goodbye, Miss Fish.
I'm not sure the epidemic is what worries people most these days.
Seems like the guard of Prewin is on Shorthampton's trail, too.
Want some of this? Die, vermin! Get a taste of this! You're mine!
Another disgusting rule did it, don't you think?
There's one of them! Watch yourselves! Touch your breath on this!
Kill it all you deserve! Back in the grave! Crush the leech, boys!
Don't like that, do ya?
Crush the leech, boys!
Die, vermin!
Send you to hell! Kill it all you deserve! I'll send you to hell! Crush the leech, boys! Kill it all you deserve! I hate leeches! Send you to hell! Crush the leech, boys! You leeches be killing! Crush the leech, boys! You leeches be killing! Burn it, boys! Die, beast! Let's beat him down! Crush the leech, boys!
The wounds on this corpse are deep, the result of rabid rage. If this is Sean's doing, he's become a murderous beast.
I'd head back if I were you, sir.
This is not a place for you, sir. Step away, sir.
Look at it, vicious beast.
Good evening, miss. I'm Dr. Jonathan Reed. May I have your attention for a minute?
Good evening, sir.
Have we met before?
No. But I just need to look at you.
That's quite judgmental.
Sir, I've led enough strike.
Do you need medical?
No, thank you.
I'm looking for Sean.
What is it you want? Does he owe you money?
May I ask?
I'm killing myself scraping.
Why such...
Of course I am. Fuck, you're so blind.
What can you tell...
Tell you what.
What...
Tell you what.
You don't know me, miss...
Your manners, your
Oh no, Miss Paxton.
All right.
Well, I'll leave you for now.
Yeah, people are still working.
Good evening, miss.
A fancy.
And what about you?
You want to know my secret?
Do you need...
I'm fine, Doctor.
I'm looking...
Mr. Hampton must be in his office at the night asylum.
He was a patient of mine.
I see.
Goodbye, miss...
Why the long face, Doctor?
Is it all that worries you, Sean?
This is a blessing for me, to become a Skal.
Since you left Pembroke, the amount of blood that has been...
Ask what you will. As the Lord is my shepherd.
Why did you kill me?
Killed old Harriet? You must be mad, Doc.
So you claim Miss Jones' death was not by...
Though Harriet was an angry, spiteful woman,
But you were...
Of course.
People have been murdered.
Have a little faith, Doctor.
How do you plan?
Take this key of the old sewers.
Very well.
I'll be here when you return.
the shadow!
I cannot enter. That doesn't work. So that's it. These wheels control the water level. That doesn't work. That doesn't work. I can't believe I'm doing this. I have this thirst for blood. This is despicable. I can't believe I'm doing this.
These maggots have escaped the wrath of Ascalon for too long. It is time to purge the sewers of their filth.
You again! The one they call the sewer dog.
Hold your tongue, newborn, or I'll crush you like a maggot.
You've let the beast consume you.
Finally! A touch of lucidity. So learn to respect the laws of Ascalon! Dare challenge the dictates of Ascalon? respect the laws of Ascalon! I am for the branch of the hand that crushes all! Power you cannot comprehend! Neck shall snap like a hare's brittle bones, newborn! Whence did you vanished and slaughter these scalds while singing your name? You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon! You shall learn to respect the laws of Ascalon! comprehend. Neck shall snap like a hare's brittle bones, newborn. Whence you vanished, I'll slaughter these skulls while singing your name! And thine shall be a fair skull to adorn my mantle. Found your death in me. Slow as a snail. I shall tear them apart and spill my blood to the pissing well. Down, stay down. I shall crush you. Return to your apothecary and needles. Your blood is now mine. Return to your apothecary and needles. I shall crush you. Your blood is now mine. Down, stay down. You found your death in me. Return to your apothecary and needles. Your blood is now mine.
At least one skull escaped Virgil's wrath. The poor creature is bleeding to death. He cannot be far. How could he have made it this far? There's blood everywhere.
Safe we are, still. Drink now.
Bless you, Bridget.
This isn't the blood of a vampire, but it will quench your thirst. This is our domain, not yours. You've been warned.
Wait, I saved you from this creature. That must count for something.
Thank you. Now go. Go back.
Sean Hampton sent me here.
If you must know,
I'm Jonathan Reed. I'm a newborn Ekon. I'm afraid I'm not sure.
I shall not bend a knee, young Ekon. But I sense your pain. Art.
So is it you that...
Perhaps. The sad...
Sean is a skull. All those...
Maybe because he is the sad saint.
Sean killed a patient of mine.
If you refer to Harriet, she is now among us and under our protection.
Harriet Jones is alive. That's it.
No. Harriet is not alive. But you can speak to her. I must warn you.
I don't understand.
She is filled with bile and hate.
Thank you.
Your place is not here.
Hello, Harriet. Do you recognize me?
Yes, you...
I've so many questions that...
I love...
Your room. The blood.
To see if I would...
Do you take...
Nobody gave a damn about...
Why flee...
Oh, it's always...
I have a question of the utmost importance to ask.
Questions?
Do you remember what you did after leaving the...
First...
Very well, then.
Are you like me?
We are similar.
I like what I am.
I know you fled the hospital.
I will not...
Shadows?
The shadows. They hurt.
And these shadows, this present...
It spoke up.
What makes you...
It whispered your name, Dr. Reed.
Questions about...
Nothing, Doctor.
Have you found the answers?
There is too much left.
Get to know us. Spend time with...
What manner...
I really don't know. I'm not...
What is a Scowlin?
The progeny of a vampire, disavowed by her maker. Perhaps a fruitless branch.
You mentioned that vampire blood has
The vampire's sweet blood.
I thank you for your time.
Your kindness has been ample.
Thank you, old...
Your spell is enticing. So sweet
It's locked. It's locked, all right.
Welcome back, Dr. Reed. Would you like to take communion with me now?
Sean, are you eating raw flesh?
It is the sacred flesh of the mortal lamb. Our Lord's bountiful transmutation for the sustenance of his believers. Thank you, Lord. I am your most humble servant.
So, true to your word, you waited for my return.
I told you, Dr. Reed, I was a man to be trusted. Did you have words with the poor Harriet?
This shelter is the tip of the iceberg. You hide your...
We are God's children, Dr. Reed. One and all. And he's determined to save us.
Harriet.
That's precisely the reason.
Harriet?
She has joined her own...
I believe I've learned all I need to know. I'm certain you've killed no one, but one day I believe you'll cross the line.
Logic is a false prophet. Faith is the only path to salvation.
What do you mean?
We have been blessed with God's eternity. We are the instruments of His divine will. We shall feed the hungry forever and ever. Amen. Give yourself over to God, Doctor. Expel your urges and kneel before the Lord in praise.
These urges. You know the hunger will never be satisfied.
I've come to embrace the everlasting craving. I have sworn to feed only upon the flesh of the dead. It is now my sacrament. Take, eat. This is my body. So saith the Lord.
I believe you, Sean. In fact, I envy the peace you found, and will remember it.
There is love and compassion in your heart. You only need to give it wings.
Thank you for your kind words, Sean. Continue your noble efforts. You are a good man in bad times.
Keep to the light, my friend. Like all my flock, you have a home here. Anytime you're in the neighborhood.